Today we tell you the story of Ruby from Tampa, Florida. She is 39 years old. She has 8 children. At the birth of her 4th child, her hips tripled in size. Ruby said that her hips became wide and like jello, and that it was very wobbly. When you squeeze it, it moved all over the place, and she said it was a really strange feeling. She had 5 girls and 3 boys, and before the first 3 pregnancies, her body was normal, and after her 4th pregnancy, she said I did not lose weight off my thighs, and no matter how much exercise she does, her hips stay the same. She had problems finding clothes to wear, which made her frustrated. When I try on a dress, I look like a boat. I've been with my boyfriend for nearly 10 years, she said. We talked about marriage, but I can't picture myself in a wedding dress because if I'm too embarrassed about my thighs, I have to zip one side first, and then I'll try to zip the other side in and then push it up, which is how I usually wear my jeans. Catch people looking at me weird all the time. When asked about work, she said that there is no problem. At work, she prefers to be behind a log just as a cover for her hips. And that she didn't want anyone staring at her. She had one guy who marveled out loud at the hugeness of her hips, and said it out loud, that she dropped everything, ran out of the store, got in the car, and started crying about him, and that she didn't want to live like this anymore. She was very afraid, but she was also excited, because what she has lived for so long is not good for anyone. She has made a long wait to repair her hip area because she has always been afraid to have surgery. Because she has never had surgery before in her life. If they make her fall asleep completely and something goes wrong, she might never wake up, and that makes her very anxious. She feels waking up is better, but she's still very scared and worried about it. I was really shocked, her doctor said. She has lipomegaly, which is a really disproportionate growth of fat. Her hips are sunken and out of proportion to her body. A condition like hers before, it could be genetic. It could be triggered by hormones during pregnancy, which is a real possibility since she has 8 children. And her doctor continued, what we will do is liposuction from both sides, and wait until it heals a little and continue with another surgery where the skin is removed and the final shape will appear much better. The plan is liposuction of the hips, and then you need to remove the excess skin, with heading to surgery. There are many challenges with Ruby's case. She has a large amount of fat, and she may not be able to remove all that fat from there in one procedure, as there is a law in Florida that prohibits taking more than 4 liters of fat per day. And there have been several cases of high-volume liposuction in Florida, and the patients were not spared. Her doctor said after her surgery she was really happy for her. She looks so much different. We'll put her in a bikini. Ruby's first ever surgery was a wake-up, and she did a really great job. I got up and walked away with a whole new life. It's really an instant gratification for her and me as a doctor. This is just a great feeling. This is why I love what I do. Firming her hips is like life-changing to me. The patient not having to worry about covering up, not worrying about hiding. Now Ruby is a completely different person. She wears skinny jeans, tight t-shirts. She hasn't worn heels in 20 years. She looks great. She can actually wear a wedding dress. And now, 10 years later with her boyfriend, she said I'm finally getting married. It looks really cool. I love this. It feels like you've been trapped in something you can't get out of.